Hi, Soul Family. I am, you can see it enough, right? I'm not doing the face thing because my landlord is natural foods, natural, no, it's not food, natural skincare. I don't know, he's kind of like a salesperson for different things. And he gave me some products. I'm the guinea pig. So he gave me some products. Silver solution is the solution that purifies water, right? It literally it does miracles. Anyway, I'm not here to sell this. He just gave me a couple of things, and I love the way this stuff feels because this is the gel. And he gave me one with aloe, and of course I dive on the aloe because I'm thinking, oh, aloe's, when I was a kid I used to put it all over my face, the natural plant. My mom and I were in gosh, where were we? Not Italy. We were in France, in Nice, and she got fried, and she was in so much pain. She had very, very pale skin, and she's like, oh my God, and we were, touring around, walking around, and I said, well, here, and I went up to this giant aloe that was growing on the side of the road, and I broke a piece off, and I said, slather this on tonight, and when I get sunburned at the beach, very next day, it's healed. Indians used it forever. So we slathered it on her, and it ruined her pants. She had these white pants, and it left this yellow. You know how it leaves yellow? Anyway, her burn was gone. So he has this wound gel, right, with this silver solution that's in it, and it's let me read it to you. Extra strength. This is good. I got this for Liger and Sammy because Sammy self soothes, and he chews on his little tail until he gets little sores, and Liger does the same thing. So they've got these sores on their body, and they don't want to be sprayed with anything. They get scared. So this is strong 35 ppm structured silver gel. First aid emergency gel. Great for skin irritations, wounds, facial cleanser, more. Helps boost immune protection. Therapeutic professional grade. So I got that for the boys, and I was putting it on them. But it feels really good, so I started slathering it on my face. I started slathering on the aloe one. And the only difference between the two is this one has aloe in it. And then I remembered that, when I was a kid, it felt good when I was young and my skin was already tight, but aloe tightens your skin, right? And there is moisturizing in it, but if you overuse it, it'll dry your skin out. So it's like, sometimes people think, oh, my mom was always like this, and I've been this way too. Well, if this much works, then this much is going to work that much better, right? But sometimes less is more, which is a message in itself as far as the way that sometimes less words are more effective. Sometimes less action is more effective. I don't know. Less is more sometimes, right? Don't overdo it. So I put it on my face, and then he was like, oh, wait, because I was giving Liger a bath. I used therapeutic allergy shampoo to soothe his skin, poor guy, and it's really warm today. It's going to be for a week. So I took advantage, and I said, I'm gonna give him a bath. And it was allergy shampoo, one of the ones I think I bought it. I don't know if I got it through him, but it's medicated, kind of therapeutic, natural. And he goes, wait, put this on him. And so he gives me this, and it's this, and I said, well, what is this? And he said, it's just the silver gel, but it was a little bit, maybe it's just a gel. I don't know. I don't think it's any more watery. And I made my own stuff up. I asked Spirit, what did I need for my skin? And I was guided to, my mom helped me too. I was guided to rosemary, geranium, rosehip oil, a little bit of lavender. There was a few different ones that I was supposed to put together. So I put them in this little gel bottle, and I used to spray it. But after a while, it gets clogged. And so then I started just using rosehip oil, right? And it's this firms and plumps up your skin. It's got retinol in it. No, I didn't know that. Right on. And coconut. I didn't know I had it in here. So anyway, I thought, okay, I'm not going to use the aloe vera because I've realized when I put it on my face, it felt great, but then my skin was getting really tight. So I thought, I'll just use the regular. And I dumped all of my essential oils in with the regular, and then I added rosehip oil. And oh my God, it feels amazing. So here I am being Dr. Doolittle, right? Dr. Doolittleist. I told you guys that's who I was. So I made my own, and it feels great. And it's funny because my landlord has had cancer spots, skin cancer from being outside, and he's caught them. But he made, he found this product that was, what did he say? Eggplant. It's eggplant salve. And it was really, really expensive, but everybody was raving about it and how it stopped the skin cancer. So he thought, well, you know, they show everything that's in it. So he got all the ingredients and he went and bought some eggplant and he put it in with, what did he say he put it in with? Oh, because I use apple cider vinegar with the mother. Ooh, I need to add that. I need to add that. This is one thing I didn't have. Apple cider with the mother. You have to have the mother in it, otherwise it's not going to do you any good. So here is the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, right? And now it's pretty strong smelling. Yeah, it's really strong smelling, so I'm wondering if I want to put it on my face. I'll have to ask Spirit. But he put the eggplant together with the Bragg's, and then he let it sit for a week. And he goes, man, you open that up and it knocks you out. But he put it on the skin spot that he knew was skin cancer, put a Band-Aid over it, and it's gone. And he's like, oh my God, I did it, and it worked. And so it makes me just think of how, you know, I just keep going back to Little House on the Prairie, and it's like, you know, there's so many things that medical doctors want to give you, and there's so much that we already can work with that's natural, that does the same thing without having the side effects. So I'm putting this animal spray. This one is done, this silver, it's done for horses because it stops the flies from coming around the horses. And so, you know, you think about horses and the flies around their eyes, it's amazing. So this is their product, and I'm lucky because I get to sample stuff. So these are going to be our items we're going to use. Rose hip, and I'm this is funny because I said to him, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. You know, I don't do hair anymore, but I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I can buy all of the products, you know, for a discount, things that you can't get in the public. And I was at a place today, and I was saying to this woman, you know, God, you don't have any bags under your eyes? And she goes, oh, I get the CO2 treatment, and it's kind of like burns your top layer of your skin off, and $500 to $1,000, but it looked great. And then I said, what kind of skincare line do you use? And she says, well, if you use only one thing, get Retinal. And I'm like, okay, so I'm just kind of like thinking about that, right? And I said, I wonder where I could get Retinal, because I can get hyaluronic acid and a different type of acid that you get. It's a spa grade, and I used to put it on my face, 10%, I think it was. So I was kind of wondering, and I thought, well, I'll be guided to it, whatever it is, right? And then I read this, and this is the ultra, and the natural, rose hip, retinol, and coconut. And I'm laughing because when I looked up, why is my skin drying with the aloe vera? And they said, because you only need a little bit, and if you take too much, it'll dry you out. So you might want to temper that with coconut oil or blah, blah, blah. So I have everything I need. Basically, I've got everything I need, which is kind of a message that Spirit gives us. Well, it is a message that we get all the time from Spirit, right? We have everything we need within ourselves. So, rose hip with the retinol. There you go. And you only need a little bit, right? You don't need tons. The aloe wound gel. The regular silver solution. I put silver solution in my water. It will kill third world viruses. It will kill Lyme's disease. The stuff is amazing. My cats have it in their water. I have it in mine. I use this gel on them all the time. I use it on me. Ooh, I just got an idea. Because I gave Liger a bath, and while he was getting soaked up, I put this in and let it soak into his fur and his skin. And when he got out, I put this stuff. So I'm going to put this in my shampoo. And then let's do the apple cider vinegar, since this is the same thing. Well, this is all together. This is all together. So silver solution alone, rose hip with the retinol and the coconut oil, silver solution with the aloe, and this has got everything in it. It's got the silver solution with the aloe, the silver solution with no aloe, and it's got all of my essential oils and the rose hip in it. So everything in one. And I sprayed it on my arms and on my face, and not only does it smell fantastic, it feels fantastic. So there we go. All right, so the first deck I looked at, well, we're working with my deck, and what I saw down here was the Divine Circus. That's so funny. In my head, I heard the Sacred Rebels, but I was guided to this one. Okay, this is the one. Cool, because I love this deck. I had something happen today. It was really cool. You know, I'm getting my energy back. I slept probably 4 to 5 hours. Oh, I don't know if I slept 5 hours straight, but I slept at least 4 hours straight. Can you guys see? There we go. Which was just amazing. And then I woke up and there was a friend request from somebody that I I knew that I had already on my friends list. So I thought, oh yeah, right, you're another fake, right? So I went to his page and I went to look him up and I didn't have him on anymore. So I texted him and I said, I emailed him and I said, don't I already have you? And he goes, yeah, I got in trouble, got locked out of Facebook jail. So I just started a new page. But we started talking and I knew this guy. I met him with a skincare product. It was like for your skin, for tightening, like ultrasonic thing. Years ago, before I went on my spiritual journey, years ago. And I said, are you the guy with the skincare thing or are you spiritual? Because I have two that are very fit, that look similar, right? And he says both. And I'm like, really? Because the guy who came to my house to do the skincare, thing, that didn't come across to me at all. But we started talking, and the guy is just like me, I guess around the same time, total awakening. And I'm just like, oh my God. And he lives in Rancho Bernardo, which is like what? Like an hour and a half from here. So that's a ways. But he's like, oh, I should come up. We should get together on Saturday. And I'm like, you know what? I told him about my little trailer. And I said, you wouldn't happen to know anything about electrical or small carpentry or plumbing? And he goes, yeah, I know a lot about it. And I'm like, oh my God. So he's going to come up and check out my trailer and see what he could do to help. And even if it only happened like once a month, that he could come to help me. But Spirit said everything was going to start moving really quick. And I'm getting so many messages and signs. And Spirit wanted us to get out and wanted me to get out and start, being around people. And it's happening. I'm meeting people, like-minded souls, right? Spiritual people. I love it. Thank you. So I'm not in such a panic to get out, which is fine because I can't get out of here until my trailer's done anyway. Correct for neutrality on all levels, but I do want to get that done. That one? No? Okay, yes or no? Okay, I have to ask. Hold on. I'm doing a reading. Oh, my landlord went to the store and picked me up cat food for my turds.
Some new cat food.
Oh my God, and look what I got. Happy Val. Oh my God, is that coming already?
Yeah.
How cute is that kitten? Baby. Oh, and my friend, he likes cats. He's got cats. And I'm like, oh, because I was saying, okay, I've got 3 cats here. We're going to ask about these 2, if it's a yes or no. So show me a yes, please.
Sammy.
Did you hear that? Show me a yes, please. Sammy. Show me a no, please. Okay, so is this a yes or a no, please? Okay, yes for this one. Show me a yes or no for this one. Is this yes or no? We don't have to go through it all. Just yes or no.
Look at you. All cleaned up. Yeah. Are you going to go out for the night? You going to hit the town? You going to hit the town?
So when it goes around and around like that, it's clearing. So is it a yes or a no, please?
All right.
Thank you. It does come in handy having someone close by, right? I gave him the cash and said, if you don't mind. Okay, I don't know what you're doing here. I don't have to pay attention. You just tell me. Yes or no, please. So it's I guess it's saying it's my choice. Okay, because sometimes Spirit doesn't make our decisions for us. Yep, it's just going around and around. So I say no. I say no because I want it to be very, very clear. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality. So he brings me chocolate. Everybody knows I'm a freaking chocoholic. Okay. Don't say no to that. All right. So how much? I've only been talking 13 minutes. Aren't we all grateful? Okay, so we're going to start in the order that we have them here. Okay? So the animal spray is Rare, Raw, Real. Okay. She's got her war paint on. And she's naked, open, vulnerable, exposed. She doesn't look super happy, so maybe she feels that way. Maybe she feels raw. Maybe she feels exposed. Too vulnerable. And she's prepared with oh, I got that message. She's prepared. She puts herself out this way. She's like a toughie, right? Don't mess with me. Because why? Because she's feeling raw, exposed, vulnerable. Who knows what her circumstances are? It could be a guy too. So you put out a stronger exterior because it's a form of protection, right? So I mean, in any way, Spirit wants us to be open. They want us to be raw, real, natural. They want that. That's the best way. That's allowing who you are to actually be seen. I had a client last night I was talking to, and she just met somebody online, and they're going to meet up. And I said, you know, what you're being told to do is, you know, be authentic, be who you are. Don't you know, don't put on any facade. Just let them see who you are. Don't try and be, you know, a lot of times you try and tone yourself down, or liven yourself up, or dress the way they dress, or whatever. It's like me with Derek when I was talking about when he came here. I said, oh, I started to tell him about, and he says, you know what, don't make any excuses. Don't worry about it. You know, you're good. And I thought, you're right. This is stupid. But this is what you need to be. You need to be authentic. You need to be the way you are, because if you're not, if you put yourself out in a different way, you're going to draw those kind of people to you. You're going to draw that type of energy to you. You're not going to draw authentic, raw, real energy, whether this is, you know, in business, whether this is in relationships, whatever it is. So maybe you're not super neat and tidy, right? And think about that. That could be emotionally. That could be just the way you are. I mean, I said to him, I live upstairs and I'm kind of living like a gypsy in here. All my really cool stuff's boxed up, but I've got way too much stuff in here, and I got 3 cats in here. And he's like, don't worry about it. It is what it is. And I thought, it is. That's just what I am. And I said to him, I warned him, and I said, I don't know, you know, I wasn't around him very much. Hold on, I'm going to shut a door. Wow, someone's burning outside. God, that's not good. Oh, unless my landlord's doing a barbecue. Okay, so I was going to say, I hope you don't have a fire. I can smell the fires usually before they even start showing up. But I said, I'm very high energy, you know, and I said, and I'm isolated all the time. I'm by myself because of the work that I do and the way that I speak. I don't hide who I am or the way I talk, right? And so when I get around people, I said, I'm real high energy, so my energy could be too much for you. It is for some people, you know? And he said, don't worry about it, I'm high energy too. And I said, okay, well, we might kill each other, but the point is, you are who you are, right? And don't be making any excuses for yourself. You don't have to. The world is going to gravitate towards you, and you are going to gravitate towards the ones that are like you, that are meant for you in your life, that they see the truth of who you are, and they love you for who you are, right? So the message in this is, it's time to peel back maybe the layers of protection or the facade that you might have had, to allow yourself to be seen as you truthfully, authentically are, which is gorgeous, right? Freaking gorgeous. And every time you peel one more layer of protection back, you'll understand maybe why was that there in the first place? What happened to me? Why did that cause me to do this? And you're looking at it, right? So now you're unearthing the reasons, which are shame, fear, anger, doubt, abuse, embarrassment, shit, whatever it is that caused you to pretend or cover up the truth of who you are, the beauty of who you really are. And sometimes when you look at what it is, that why you covered that up, it's maybe too overwhelming for you. And you may think to yourself, no, that really triggered me. So maybe I need to, you know, put a little bit back on, maybe cover up a little bit. But Spirit says, no, when that happens, you just say to yourself, I love you. You are beautiful, and you are made the way you're meant to be, and you're amazing. There's nothing wrong with you. And the people that are going to appreciate and see the truth of who you are are the only ones you want to be around. And if there's somebody that doesn't feel that way, or you're not comfortable there, that's not where you're meant to be, right? So allow yourself to give yourself a little time, because obviously uncovering the truth of who you are at first is going to feel awkward. That's why sometimes people go to different places. Like when I thought about this after, when I went to Wisconsin, I could be fully the truth of who I was, like this spiritual person. Nobody knew me there. I wasn't the Jehovah's Witness. That was conflicting, right? People where I was in California, I had that, and then I had the, you know, party lifestyle where I would go dancing 5 nights a week, and it all had shifted and changed, and it was kind of like a melding pot where all the fun stuff, all the best stuff I was keeping and allowing what I was when I was young to come back, and then embracing my spirituality, right? So then I was able to be just who I was. And at first it was it was a little bit scary but then I thought, they don't know me. They don't know who I am, right? This is who I am. I can be the truth of who I am. And they're not going to expect something of me because they don't know anything about me. So if you can't go away to a new place, I mean, the people around you and that are maybe your family or friends, it's going to feel awkward. You're going to feel awkward. They're going to be like, who are you? And what did you do with, my friend? And why aren't you doing this anymore? I got that, right? With my ex, I got that. You don't smoke pot, you don't drink, you don't party, you don't do anything, you're boring. Or the next thing was, when I was speaking about whatever animal totem popped up. Oh, that's what happened when I was talking to Derek on the phone. I said, wow, the osprey showed up. And then right in the middle of the conversation, I was saying something. And then the black phoebe showed up. And I said, oh my God. And I'm like thinking in my head, right? Because I want to talk about it. I want to tell him because it's exciting for me. But I don't know. And so I started to say something and I said, I don't have to talk about it. I don't mean to hijack the conversation and, you may not be into that. And he says, no, I love it. And I thought, really? So I was able to express, and the message was a message for him and for me. And there was a time frame given. It was amazing. So you'll find yourself, if you're in the company of people where you can't be who you truthfully are, and you have to try and fit in with them, it feels weird for you. It doesn't feel good. You want to just be with somebody. You don't want to talk about the Kardashians. You don't want to talk about, the chicks at the bar or this hot car. I mean, you want to talk about something that matters to you. That was a really important message. I mean, the osprey rarely shows up here. When he shows up, there's something to say. And then for the black phoebe to come right after, he put the spirit put the two messages together, and they were bang on. So if you can open up and express and be that with somebody like you, oh my God, it feels so good, right? It's like if you're a musician and you want to talk music, and then you're with somebody who's a car guy, he's not into music. And I got them from a friend of mine, an ex of mine, said, can you just like turn it off for an hour? Can you turn it off? And I said, no, can you turn off breathing? I don't want to turn it off because this is who I am. And I know it's boring to you, so our friendship kind of faded. And it's, it's a bummer, but life changes, right? You can't always stay in junior high school. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with others as well, right? Understand that what's coming out is very powerful and extremely precious. This is something that should not be kept under wraps. The real you. The light of you will shine through and you will soap whole to you. Oh, the song right now, when the bones are good, the rest don't matter. The wolves came and we're still standing. So somebody been through the dark night of the soul. But the basis was there. This is who you are. You're still there. That truth of who you are is right there. And the light is going to suddenly shine out. And the ones that are like you are going to see you, right? And you're going to see them. The song, Wake Me Up When It's All Over. I dreamed that song 4 years before the video was released. I don't know when he wrote it, but 4 years before the video. I saw it all in a dream. And basically that's the message, right? They were in this place, and girl goes back in and she took off because, I don't know, they didn't feel like they belonged there. And she took off, left her little sister sleeping. Think about that, sleepwalking, right? Sleep. Went off, found their people. That saw all these people that had the same mark as her on her shoulder. She didn't know where that mark came from. But she went back. She was riding a horse. It was amazing. She went back and grabbed her little sister and said, come on, we're out of here. And she says, where are we going? And she said, to our people. Like yesterday, what was that? Let my people go, right? Let go of the ones that want to come to their soul tribe. And this is illumination now. And now you are seen by your soul tribe. You're not putting yourself on display. We're not telling you to go around, take off your clothes and be an exhibitionist, right? We're asking you to let your light shine. Be comfortable with yourself. Drop your defensive armor. You don't need to put on your war shield. I found myself doing this yesterday. I flipped back and forth between, all the elements, right? And when a message comes and it's really strong, I am an intense energy. I am. I've always been. I'm a leader, and Spirit uses me this way. But I get fired up, right, with a message. And I posted something, and it was the one that I shared with you guys, right, about who needs a freaking knight in shining armor when you're the one who's been through the battle, right? You've been there. And I meant it, and I felt it. I felt the energy, right? You've been through the trenches. You've done the work. You've stayed on your path. You stood in your integrity. You stood in your honor, and you've got archangels standing with you. There's no reason for you to fear or worry or hide, right? So I felt that really strong energy, and I put it out. And then Spirit said, okay, some feel intimidated by that energy. They feel like that's very aggressive. And I said, well, I have a lot of sides to me, right? So I left it up for a while, and I thought, all right. The next day, what went up? When life gets harder, you must have just leveled up. There's a tiger underwater, right? Challenges that come at you. And then I thought, all right, let's tone it down. So I toned it down, and the one that I have up is this one. I love this picture. Oops, not that one. You'll do. I love that too. See the girl standing there with the metal dragon? I'm a wood dragon in the Chinese New Year, but she's reaching up her hand. She's on the edge of that cliff, about to take a leap of faith, right? And she's reaching up. Look at the size of that. That's like Archangel Michael. That's like Archangel Metatron. That's our team. That's why you don't have to be afraid about what anybody else thinks, right? That's your team. So she reaches up to this metal dragon standing there. Then the metal dragon is fierce, right? And I said, King of Swords, the metal dragon. He has quite the gentle heart under that tough exterior, right? There's a tough exterior here too. He's actually wearing titanium armor. If you look at it, that's the color of titanium, like my truck, right? I know that because I keep myself wrapped in that same armor. But clearly, I also have a very soft heart. Look at how gentle he is. A tough and tumble diamond in the rough. I'm not afraid of him because he's me, right? It's a mirror. So we have all of these different aspects of ourselves. They may appear strong and tough on the exterior. You don't have to fake it and act badass and angry. I'm not. I freaking feel that way. I'm strong and I get fired up, but I'm also very, very gentle. I also know that underneath somebody's tough exterior lies the heart of a big pussycat, right? That's a sweetheart. We have all of those energies and elements within us. The next element we're going to go to, we didn't pick the elements, did we? So hold on, I got to figure out what these were. So the rose is going to be fire, silver is going to be water, silver gel with the aloe is going to be earth, this will be air. Okay, so that was air element, which made sense. That was the King of Swords that I just spoke of, right? Perfect. Okay, so now we go to the regular extra strength, maximum. This is purifying, right? This is amazing stuff. And who did we say we are? Water, earth. This is fire, earth, air, water. Okay, blue, hello. The White Duchess. Every time I see this card, I think of the song Umbrella because she's standing under an umbrella and it's raining, right? I always said I'd be a friend and I took an oath and I'll stick it out to the end. Come under my umbrella. Spirit says that to us. Climb under my umbrella. But this White Duchess, she's looking back at something. Now the numbers, I don't know why certain numbers jump out at me and sometimes the numbers don't, but that's just the way it is. 1 and 5. 1 is keep your thoughts positive. The universe is taking a snapshot of what you're thinking. You're creating your future. Do you like what you're creating with what you're thinking? If not, elevate your thinking. 5, a significant change is taking place in your life. It's always for the better, but it needs to take place because of whatever is going on, right? So while you're going through these changes, call upon Spirit to help you. And then 6, there's so many messages for me for 6. 6 is about balance. 6 is about victory. 6 is about not being so focused on this material world, but keeping your eyes more focused on Spirit, knowing that you've got a team that knows what you need and not sweating it, not stressing it, right? Don't worry about it. You're going to be taken care of. Spirit knows what you need. Keep your thoughts on your spiritual path. Keep your head, your body, everything on your spiritual path. And don't look back to find out what your future is. It's about looking forward. Your future is where you're going. Now you have to stay present. You can look back and think of where you came, but you're not going to go back. You're not going to look back to that because you're not even who you were then. And the past, sometimes you don't even want to look at because it's painful. Maybe it happened just really soon, just recently. You maybe just came out of something and it's a little too close for comfort, right? So she's going to help you move forward. She's going to help give you the steps that you need to move forward on your path and leave behind whatever it was, whatever this emotional storm is, you're leaving that in the past. So again, another message about being in transition, right? You're moving from one part of your life into another. But what's beautiful about this is there are certain places that I call sacred. And I'm sure there's certain places that you would call sacred ground. But this message said, you will soon place your feet upon sacred ground. You're going to settle upon that. And things are going to calm down for you, for whatever has been going on. You might be dealing with post-traumatic stress. You might have felt like my life's just been one big battle. And it's always this way. It's just the way it's been. And is that way it's going to stay this way? Maybe you feel like it's not going to change. Or maybe you've been working towards something and it's just not there. It's just not gelling, which is interesting because this is gel. And this is about purifying your thoughts. How funny. But Spirit says, you are farther along than you may realize. And you need to let go of something you've been holding on to. Something in the past. It's time to let go of it. Even if it means going, oh, I had this in my dream last night. Okay, now I know what this is about. You got to let go of something, even if you don't know where you're going. It was funny because I was shown it as I had friends that were across this valley, and they were on a mountain. It looks like they were hiking up the side, and I was in a car, and I went to park my car, and there was a woman that had a red car, and she parked her car right in the middle, and I couldn't get by, and I said out loud, I just exclaimed outside to myself, oh yeah, you couldn't, just pull ahead so that other cars could drive by? And then the woman that I saw that was across on hiking up the trail, it was her. And she goes, you could have just asked. And I said, sorry, I didn't know it was you. And I was like a little embarrassed, right? So she came back and she goes, where do you want me to move it? And I said, well, just pull it ahead so that other cars can go by, right? Then everybody can go by. And then I'm thinking in my head, stupid, why would you park it right in the middle of the freaking lane? Then nobody can go anywhere. But think about this in symbolic terms. Her car was red, right? Song right now, Fireman. I'm too hot. I'm too hot. I can make a dragon retire. That's interesting. Somebody thinks a lot of themselves. So the red car would be a passion of yours that's blocked the way. You can't move forward. Your friends you're getting ready to go, right, for a hike or something, and there's a valley between you and that mountain and that they're climbing up. Your friends are on the other side. And so she gets in her car and she pulls it ahead. And then I think to myself, shoot, they're hiking over there. And just because the road's clear here, I don't know where it goes. Maybe it doesn't go that much further. What's up that road? And this is the message. The message is, we don't know what's up that road and around that corner. But we follow our intuition and we're guided. This is helping you go forward. No, maybe you don't know how long someone's going to be in your life. Maybe they'll only be there for a couple of weeks. I got that this morning. That's what the message showed us. It showed, the osprey said, very important information is pending, right? Pay attention. There's an opportunity coming. Dive on it. If you don't, the opportunity may not come around again for a very long time, if ever. And remember, Spirit was saying there's a couple opportunities coming. One was the toxic one. Don't do it. And it didn't mean that it's toxic like the people were bad. It just meant it wasn't good for me. So I had the offer to go to Canada. It was everything I'd asked for, right? Living on the land with trees and the lakes, and I could live for free and I could sing and all this stuff, but I wouldn't be on my path doing the work that I needed to do, right? So that would be toxic for me. I've already been in that place, and Spirit took me away from there and sent me to Sedona. So I'm not going to go back to where I wasn't doing my work. So then the Black Phoebe showed up, and the Black Phoebe says, something's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 days. And then it'll go over a period of about 2 weeks. And at the end of the 2 weeks, you'll be able to put into practice what you learned or what happened, and then you'll know where you're going. So I feel like, and then Derek said, oh, hey, I'll come up on Saturday. So that's happening within the next few weeks or days, right? So then I'm seeing kind of like, and I see things ahead of time. I saw a lot more in my dream. But now I understand what it was talking about, right? So everybody comes into your life for a reason, a time, a season, whatever. They're there to teach you something. He says he's looking forward to learning from me, and I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to share, right? He's got something to share. This was guided. So that's what Spirit's telling you. You don't have to know what's coming up around the corner. We're telling you this is what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. I was already shown, okay, this is what's going to happen the next few days and the next couple of weeks. Not every detail, but then I went out this afternoon and I went somewhere and I saw a vehicle that meant something to me. And then I looked across the road and I saw the mastodon, which is the woolly mammoth, right? This is somebody else that I connected to that has property close by. And right as I got into my vehicle, she sent me a message and I said, this is connected. This is all connected, right? So you get little clues. We don't necessarily know every step of the way, but you're not supposed to freak out or worry about it. Don't look back. The song, we always went into it blindly. I needed to lose you to find me. So you didn't do a lot of thought, right? You just kind of jumped in. This is different. You're being guided to go forward. That girl that was reaching out to the metal dragon, the King of Swords, she's recognizing soul family, right? They look very different, but they're the same. She's going to take a leap of faith about something, we don't know what. But this song is talking about, you set fires to my forest and you watched me burn. You've replaced me in 2 weeks like I was nothing. I needed to lose you to love me because our whole purpose is loving ourselves first. So whatever has haunted your dreams, whatever has been bothering you, what has been causing you upset and sleepless nights and turmoil, it's not needed any longer. Your future's calling you, Spirit says. It's time to move through that part of whatever happened and why it was happening into the new life that's waiting for you. It might be something that you're seeing happening, or it might be something that comes as a bit of a surprise for you. But you don't need to know what's all around the next corner. You're going to be guided towards the places and the people and the situations that you need to be near. And you're going to be set free from any past influences that would have kept you from moving forward on your path in a positive way, and any issues that might have kept you feeling trapped, because in all reality, we're not stuck. We're never stuck. It's a mental thing, right? She's here to wipe away all of that toxic energy. The rain cleans that away, right? This is what this does. This purifies. It gets rid of third world toxins, right? So trust in this is what Spirit's asking for you to do. Start a new life. It's talking about starting fresh. You get a new chance to follow your dreams, because so many times we have put on our war paint and our exterior and pushed away the truth of who we are and let go of what really mattered to us most, because we were trying to fit in with ones that were unlike us, right? And so now it's about, what were your dreams that you put up on a shelf? And the gifts that you have, don't freaking put them in a box. Don't be ashamed of those gifts. Don't you be hiding those gifts. God gave you those gifts to help the world and yourself. It's time to dust them off. Be who you truthfully are and recognize that you've got power. Remember who you are, right? You can have courage about moving forward, but you can be compassionate with yourself about what you're going through, and this is all new, and nobody does anything perfect. Let the rain wash away the tears. Let the rain wash away anything that needs to be cleared away. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I just have to clear my energy from one deck to the next. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink of my chia water that I freaking love. When I first started drinking this, it wasn't my favorite thing. I mean, it's got apple cider vinegar, chia seeds. I put all kinds of stuff in. Right now, that's all I have in it: apple cider vinegar, water, and chia seeds. But I made it pretty strong. I crave this now. I love it. It's like my work, my path, my life, right? I crave it. I can't put it away. It feeds my soul, my crystals I love, my animal totems. I'm on fire for it. It's exciting. But at first it tasted really weird, right? Now I love it and I can't get enough of it. That's what happens when we allow ourselves to be the truth of who we are. So now we're going to this one. I'm choosing this one because it's got everything in it. I like the first one too, because it has all of it in it. But I like this one because there was a surprise. I thought I had to go find Retinal, and I don't. It's in here. And probably I would have probably given myself too much of it. And this is controlled. I already had it. Ooh, I find it interesting. There's a fish on the side. Interesting. I like that. I have so many friends that I'm connected to now. Like my landlord has this product. I've got somebody who knows all about hemp. He wanted to create a hemp skincare line. I know somebody else who knows all about the herbs on the land, and these are our people. Princess Victorious, right on. Okay, but look what it says on her finger. Loser. Look how cute she is. She could be a boy too, right? Beautiful, but somebody called her a loser. Or maybe she called herself a loser. But Spirit calls her Princess Victorious, and look at the number, 6, right? Let me read you what the specific number, the message for 6. Don't worry or obsess about material items, including money. Worry lowers the effectiveness of your prayers. Fortunately, the angels can answer your prayers if you ask them to. So, like I had run around today, did some errands, and my landlord just came in and he's like, have you gotten any calls? And I said, yeah, but you know, I was running around, and it got really quiet. At the end of the year and towards the first month or so, it's quiet because people are panicking about Christmas, right? So it's quiet, but I'm not stressing it. I used to get worried. I don't. I was shown by Spirit a couple weeks ago, hey, don't be throwing your money around because it's gonna be quiet for the last couple weeks of January. So I'm like, okay, and I paid attention, right? So I'm not stressing it. So that's the main message. Don't stress it. It's fine. And right now, you're being asked, like me, right? I was thinking about my trailers and a million pieces out there. How am I going to get that done? And I thought, well, I'm not going to worry about it. Spirit's going to figure it out. But I was getting defeated. I was so tired. Didn't have anybody to help me. There's nobody around here. And I thought, oh my God, every time I get a tool, it's the wrong one. It'd be so nice to just have somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, right? And they don't have to do it. I can do it with them. And so what happened? Spirit delivered it, right? So whatever it is in your life that you're stressing about, Spirit says, we want you may not have gotten an answer to anything. And I'm not saying that this person is going to be able to do anything. He lives an hour and a half away, right? But there might be enough that he can do that's going to help me get it moving. The point is, Spirit knows what we need. And sometimes we're delayed on purpose. Divine detours, right? Delays. They're a pain for us, we think, but there's a reason for it. Keeps you planted. If my little trailer had been done, I'd been out of here. I'm supposed to reconnect with Derek for reasons, right? There's gifts that he has and information and knowledge that he needs to share with me. And Spirit knew that. My landlord's freaking out. He says, oh my God, I've got so many things in this house that need to get fixed. And I said, you can do what you can do. And if you can't, there's no point in stressing over it. You can't even freaking move. Your back's hurting. So you do what you need to do. And everything doesn't have to be all done at once, right? We kept getting that message yesterday. So the message is be a big picture person. It's not all about what you see right now, right up front, in front of your face. It's like to pull on and call the giraffe totem. Giraffe totem is able to see way far in advance. It's not even comfortable for them to look down right in front of them. They've got a long neck. So look ahead. There is something unfolding. Spirit has a greater scheme than we are able to see. And it's going to lead us to, always, when we follow our spiritual path, it's going to lead us to something better than we had in mind. Something that we had purposed. Always. Because they already know. It's going to be more successful to you as well. So whatever was a delay, whatever was a block, whatever was an obstacle, even whatever failed or you thought failed, oh my God, I'm a freaking loser. I put all this time and energy into this and it busted up. We just got divorced, or the business just went tits up, or like my landlord, he's been striving and striving. I told him in readings months ago what was happening, and everything that he got is happening. He said that to me the other day. He goes, oh my God, remember you said this. And the point was, he was being told ahead of time certain things so that he could relax. It didn't mean it was going to happen right today. It meant you could relax because it's coming, right? So that's what Spirit's saying. So maybe right now you're not seeing it. I wasn't seeing. I knew Spirit had a plan. I kept saying, Spirit's got a plan. Spirit's got a plan. I don't know. I get glimpses ahead, but I don't quite know how they all fit together. I talked to 3 different people this morning, and all 3 of them were involved in my dream last night. But they all 3 were completely different stories. But it all meant the same thing, and plus my symbolic version that I just told you. So we've got backup, right? It'll be there. Sometimes it's about you accepting defeat for the moment. Sometimes it's really hard. You want to be a winner, right? I don't want to be a loser. I want to be a winner. Maybe it's about what other people think of you. But Spirit says right now, it's not that you're being a loser. You just have to let go of your need to win at the moment. It's like you can lose the battle, but win the war. Ultimately, you are going to win. That's what they're saying. Ultimately, you're going to get what you want. It may not be the way you think you're getting it, or even what you think you're getting, but you've got to be willing to let go of this one in order to win the big thing, right? So it's like I spoke about the other day. We live in a society, especially California, that's all about instant gratification. And I kept seeing the California Scrub. And there's so many messages in that itself. But the California Scrub talks about delayed gratification. You work really hard for something, you know it's coming, but it's not going to come for a while. And it can be very disheartening. It